Howdy folks, welcome to my retro media room, and today I decided to do something a little different. I wanted to take a look at my Switch and all of my accessories and peripherals that I have for it. Ones that I've used and gotten the most use out of, other ones that I found to be not so good, I wouldn't recommend. Just different things, just kind of a look at all this stuff, because I kind of I kind of ended up getting a lot of different crap for the Switch, because there's a lot of different things you can get for it. And so I just want to talk about it. So to start with, is one that I love the aesthetic of, but is not practical, and I wouldn't recommend for practical use, is this Breath of the Wild leather wrap that you can put over the Switch screen. So you got the top with the cutouts for, the SD card slot and everything, and the bottom, and then of course it's very nice. I love leather, so the aesthetic of this is awesome. That's why I got it. But honestly, when you have the Joy Cons on it, and you try to play it this way. And the leather opens up with the screen here, so it does protect it. But when you try to like stand it up or do anything, it's just there's no practicality or comfort to it. It's just nice. So that I can't justify. I wouldn't justify this as a purchase to anybody. I just have it and keep it because it looks cool. But and I'm just putting it on here just to show it off. And on the ends here are some wood grain covers that keep it nice and clean and protected if you have the Joy Cons off. They slip right off, and of course there's the ends. So these I got from somebody that just made them. I think it was like GoFundMe or something. I can't. It's been a long time, so they're not ones you can just simply find. But or maybe you can if you just look up wood grain Switch Joy-Con covers. You might find them. So I kind of got these for me because I love wood grain, I love leather, but honestly, I don't really use these very much. So these kind of go in the got them but don't really need them category. All right, and next we'll look at some SD card holders. All right, here we have our first SD card holder. So this is the most basic one I have. I don't really use this one. I just bought it for we're talking like a few bucks and kept it. So this is one. It'll get the job done. It holds 24, but I don't like it being all hard plastic. Once I discovered some of the other ones that aren't, they're like foam and rubber and different things. So this one's a little bit too harsh, and yeah, I just don't really use this one. So this is as basic as it gets, and I wouldn't recommend this over anything else personally. What I did like though, when I started getting a hold of some of these, so they don't hold as many. They only hold 12, but they're very nice and secure. Then the rubber linings here, so they fit nice and snug. They close shut. They're Zelda themed. So these are very nice, very nice. I love this one, this black one. This is fantastic. So these are great for travel. If you just want to take a handful of games with you, you don't want to risk taking your whole library or more than a few games or whatever. So these are perfect for that. And they're very, they can fit in your purse, in your bag, in your backpack, and they can fit anywhere. So that's what these are neat for. Now the next step up from that is a little bit more, but still compact and also Zelda themed, is this guy. I got this off Amazon. So this is magnetized. And it holds this many. How many is that? So this holds 24. So this is a much better 24 pack holder than the other one, because it's very sleek, very stylish, and the magnetized closing is very nice. So this is really great for if you want a slight upgrade from 12 to 24. Now the next one here though is my favorite. It's where I have all my games. This is a bigger one. Is this guy right here I got off Amazon. So this holds 72, and as you can see, it's where I actually have the vast majority of my physical library. So it's all magnetized and it fits like this. I couldn't believe that they actually designed this way. It's very nice. I really like this. I can't recommend it enough if you have a large library and you want to fit them all in this. I mean, it's so compact. You can travel with this too. It's really great. Because the one I had previously, I had those big book-like holders, and they were okay, but they were so big and wide and tall, and they kind of moved around the inside. And this is way better. This is absolutely one of my highest recommended peripherals so far on what we're looking at here. Okay, and next we're going to look at some Joy-Con accessories. Okay, and next we're going to take a look at some Joy-Con accessories, starting with just to get an idea of our standard one here. So this is what comes with the Switch. So it just for those that aren't familiar, it just slides right in here. This is the standard official thing, right? To make it like a standard separate controller. Now, but to note on the joysticks, I do have these special pads that I put on here, and we'll get to the brand here in a minute. And of course, it's got scratched on here, but whatever. Being OCD here, but so this is a standard one, and another one that I have here that came in a Skyrim themed bundle. I can't remember all the rest of it, but I do have the controller, which was the main reason I got it. So this is a little unique here. So these just go right in here. Yep. Close this. And you know what? The other one is fine. You know, it gets the job done, and this is actually a little better. And it's Skyrim themes. Very cool. So yeah, this is and you know, got the joysticks and so it's pretty good. Pretty good. It wasn't expensive or anything. It was just a neat neat peripheral for bigger hands, because you know, for like myself, I got a little bit bigger hands, so this feels nice for me. Okay, next, and we're gonna try this multifunction Joy-Con grip. So I got this because I was looking for kind of an all-in-one type deal. So the first part of this, you're able to take any one Joy-Con piece and make it feel more like a standard controller, which is nice because you know, they make it where you can do this, or yeah, you can do this, but holy moly, for people that don't have children hands, that's very tough. So this is kind of an alternative. This makes it where it's easier to do that when you actually want to split the controls and make it more bearable, and then it's more like that. And then it gives us shoulder buttons. And of course, this one did. Now, obviously, this one gets a little awkward because of the joystick position, but you know, it's doable. It's a switch for you. It's interesting, innovative. So yeah, this is cool. And then when you press the button on the back here and take this out, you take this piece in the middle here. Ooh, trying not to tear anything apart here. And so this goes here, and then this goes here. This is one thing I like about the Switch, how mechanical it is and how everything works. It's just neat, you know. It's Nintendo for you. And then this snaps here, and now you have the full controller. So this is pretty cool. As an all-in-one kind of deal here. I mean, you can't have two of these. You'd have to have two of these wholly. But hey, you know, if it's just for you, you're like, oh, I want to play with the Joy-Cons by myself, and you use this, or oh, well, I'll just convert it to one and you take the other. I want to use whatever you have. So it's neat. This is a decent little package here. I do recommend it if that's all you need. And all right, on to the next one. Okay, and this next one is an import that I thought looked really interesting, and I got a hold of it off of eBay one day, so I wanted to give it a try. I haven't looked at it in a while, so we'll see how this fares. Okay, so got a whole wire in here too. Okay. All right, so similar concept, well, somewhat similar concept. Yeah. So we got the cable, which is nice. So it's able to be a wired controller, and we'll go ahead and attach our Joy-Cons here. Oh, you know what? Okay, so this one does not have the ability to be a single controller like the other one. The other one's a little bit more versatile in that regard. This is strictly for, I want to make the whole thing feel like a controller. So I know that these are very, I want to be careful here because these are pretty fragile. So I don't want to break them. So this one clearly requires more assembly. Okay, so it took me a second there to get it to all to truly come together. Now it is comfortable. Now here's a few. Okay, so this is not as good. I'm just gonna say straight up, this is not as good as the last one. First off, the fact that the face buttons are in a pit, as well as the D-pad. it makes it makes it almost flush with the outside circle here, so it's kind of funky. So you feel like you're fighting pressing this instead of the buttons themselves, so especially if you have bigger fingers. So that's funky and start, so it's doable, and it's flimsy. Feels like, it feels kind of flimsy in that regard. It was tricky putting it together without breaking anything because it's pretty fragile. So that, it's interesting. It looks great, like the way it covers the whole thing and it comes together. But honestly, and it has a cable with it and everything. But really though, it's not. It's kind of cheap and flimsy, and I wouldn't be confident using this on a regular basis or anything. So this one I wouldn't. I can't recommend this one. All right, and on to the next one. Okay, that was really annoying taking that off. That was a bit of a stinker. So this one is this fast snail, fast snail controller grip. So this is a 2-pack, which is nice. So this is yet another good option for turning the single little Joy-Cons into a more, controller feeling setup. So these are definitely handy, and this is a pair of them. So if you plan on using the Joy-Cons that way, these will be very handy for when you're on the go and you know that you want to turn these into each to a controller. So yeah, these are nice. They have a rubber kind of that I forget what that name of that. It's that very nice textured soft rubber, and it's very straightforward. Shoulder buttons feel fine. Feels comfortable. It's good. It's good for my bigger hands. It feels comfortable. Yeah, these get the job done. These are good. I like these. Okay, on to the last one here. And the Joy-Cons came out of those fast nails really nicely too, so I recommend those. Next, we have this grip kit here, similar to the last one. We're just taking them and turning them into more proper feeling controllers. So we'll just give one a shot here. We'll take the one we know is, if I'm picking one, I'm picking this one. I think, no, but I want the other one. Okay. So these are a little clickier. I like these a little better. The other ones are actually more comfortable on the actual back grip here. But otherwise, these are fine. These get the job done. Yeah. These are more than adequate. Like I said, a little bit slightly clickier, but I actually think the other ones are better. So this is okay, but I would recommend the other ones over these. All right, and now on to some Switch level cases and grips. Okay, so here we have our Switch. And our first case we're going to look at is a stylish but less practical one, but I still like it quite a bit though, is this Breath of the Wild theme. You notice the theme here. I've got a lot of Breath of the Wild stuff. This Breath of the Wild case, I just fell in love with the leather as soon as I saw it. This was the first one I bought. I thought, well, that's going to be perfect for holding my new Switch when I bought it at the time. And this is not an OLED. Obviously, this is not an OLED. This is an original model, just the gray original model. So I'll get an OLED eventually, especially if the Switch 2 ends up not being backwards compatible. I'll certainly get an OLED, but until then, I'm kind of seeing what the Switch 2 does. But anyway, so we open this up here. Oh, it's already open. Aha. All right. So, very nice cushy inside. You got this part. You can put, cables and little USB power box in and whatever you need to do. And now I have the other cases for this, but if you don't have the other cases, this does come with that fit right in the slots here in the bottom very nicely. Try not to break this. This has these SD card holder cases in here, so this is an alternative to doing that. If you want to do it that way, you can just put them in here. Don't even have an additional case; just have it all inside here. So that's a neat option, and these are neat, and these are actually cool because these hold your little SD memory cards, the really tiny little micro SD cards. So you have cases within cases here. So these are nice, and it simply fits in here. That goes cushy on top, and then it closes. So this is a straightforward basic case goes with no bells and whistles. It looks beautiful. It's Zelda themed. It's very good. You can't go wrong with this, really. If you have if you have nothing else going on, this is as good as a straightforward case gets for just a straight switch, right? But the next one though has some bells and whistles. We'll take a look at that. Okay, our next one here is the very high end Satisfy brand, which I highly recommend checking these out because this is a very practical, protective, comfortable way of transporting using your Switch on the go or even at home. So what makes this special is not only is it just the case, you have everything you expect here. I'm gonna put this aside. You have everything. You have up here where you can put whatever you need to compartment, and you can put games in this if you want to. I wouldn't put them in this, me personally. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to stick with my cases, me personally. And you got a zip here, so there's all sorts of compartments here for whatever you need. And it does come with its own cable. But here's what Satisfy is all about. This is just the case for everything, so you can put it all together. It's this guy. So this guy right here is absolutely fantastic. So all it does, and they've improved it. This is the older version that is very good, but the new ones are even more improved where the slide glides in even easier. So this just slides in here like that. And oh my God, it's so much more comfortable. The way this grip is here and here, when you grip it and play it like this, it is 1,000 times more comfortable and to grip and play than without it, especially when you have bigger hands. So this is an absolute must own if you're if you want to play the Switch like on the go like this. Satisfy Pro Gaming Grip, and this box is actually a bundle that you can get, or this case is a bundle you can get with it, and actually it does come with the charge cable too. So it all fits in here together just like that. Boom, and it's a nice sturdy case. So this is about the perfect case for on the go. I would say this is like number one. If I I can't recommend it enough for some protection, for comfort, travel, everything. So this is Satisfy, really awesome. But the next one is also awesome, and it's got a little bit of a twist to it. And finally, we have the Hori brand Machina joysticks and case. So these are fantastic for comfort and play. Now, they have obviously a couple limitations compared to Joy-Cons, so we took our Joy-Cons off. And these just slip right on. This is what I have on at home, right? I've traveled with them too. So the joysticks are great, the comfort's great, the buttons are great. These Machinas are really, and these are the older ones. They've got newer ones out now. But the Machina, for comfort of play, joysticks, and you want bigger, more like Xbox or PlayStation. I think these are more like PlayStation joysticks. So these are fantastic. Now, I don't believe they have Rumble. So they don't have HD Rumble. So that's one of the cost-cutting things they did for them. But otherwise, they're better than Joy-Cons. They're thicker, bigger, and they got buttons on the back, paddles. And this case is wonderful because this is how I'm able to keep it all where I don't even have to take these off with the Joy-Cons or back and forth. I just put it in here. And this is what I keep it in on a regular basis. And what's neat about these, unlike other joysticks or even like that Satisfy, because that's not what it's meant for, these are able to slip into the dock without taking them off, just like the Joy-Cons. That's the beauty of these. Whereas that Satisfy, you can't do both. You have to take it off in order to put it in the dock because they're meant for portability. They're meant for comfort, portability, protection. They're not meant for this. On the other hand, I can keep these on. Don't even have to use the Joy-Cons because I like these better really for comfort and joysticks. And I can put this on the dock back and forth anytime I want because it's there's nothing blocking it. So these are absolutely fantastic. I can't recommend them more for at home, kind of like where you're playing on these or you're putting the dock and then playing on the TV and you're going back and forth, whatever you want to do. And then the Satisfy grip, I recommend for when you're on the go and you want to have your Joy-Cons or you can go this way, either way. And these don't charge. These don't hold a charge. They just only work as they're on the Switch. So they're cheaper. They're obviously not as nice as Joy-Cons in terms of the technology, but they get the job done and they're super comfortable and they're very playable. So yeah, that was all my main Switch accessories that I have, and this is pretty much how I have my Switch configured on a regular basis, either playing it this way or looking at it this way or putting it in the dock without even taking these off. And I don't really use the Joy-Cons very much, you know, because I just keep them nice and ready for when I need to use them elsewhere. So yeah, if you like the video and want to see more Switch content or any other consoles, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post at least 3 or more videos a week, and I'll see you next time.